When you're evaluating the brand category, I think you're really looking for agencies or in-house teams that have taken on the culture, the business purpose, the vision of the company, and is bringing that to life in a new way, especially in today's competitive marketplace. It needs to be a creative execution, but in general, I think the best brand initiatives are those that are most authentic to the business and tell the business's story in a new way. So many people had to take on so many different challenges this year in the wake of COVID. And I think it was great to see all of our B2B marketing peers out there solving business problems and challenges the same way that we always do, coming to task and bringing new projects to light in the midst of a global pandemic is just insane to see so much talent and creativity addressing those challenges. And in general, I'm always, even last year and this year, always impressed with our peer set. Everybody is looking to be authentic. They're providing creative solutions to ongoing and important problems. And it's just a pleasure to be a part of the judging committee.
So there were a lot of great entries for the best use of ABM, really, really impressive. And all of them had a really strong understanding of best practice, some of the new innovations that people are using, ways of sort of allocating resource really, really well. But I think the ones that really stood out, you could see that they'd really taken their time to figure out how to automate the process and make it scalable. So that all of them had great ideas. All of the entries had fantastic ideas, but there were a few that stood out where they'd obviously figured out, right, how can we do this for hundreds or thousands of accounts? How can we do this in a way which means that we're not doing it all by hand, one by one, and having people sort of having to do all that manual work? So those are the ones that were just particularly impressive. Similarly, for best use of creative, again, all of the entries were absolutely outstanding. I mean, there's obviously a really high standard just to get in, which was really, really good. For me, the ones that I thought were best were examples where there was a really, really strong link between the pain or the need of the business and the actual creatives that were produced. So it's hard to, obviously I don't want to give examples which would give away the winner, but for example, there might be a business which was clearly struggling to reach a particular segment, a particular group of customers, and that was a real pain for them. And then the creative would be directly linked to that. So somebody in that organization had figured out, okay, if we do it this way, it will appeal far more to that particular segment of customers rather than this segment. So there was this sort of direct link, which was just incredibly impressive in some of the examples.
I was truly impressed by this year's entries for Best Sales Enablement. To say that the bar continues to be raised is an understatement. This year's entries married insight with strategy to fuel truly creative solutions. My peers were clearly challenged to enable their channels, as well as push the boundaries when it comes to account-based marketing and using data to drive decision-making. This was my second year as a judge, and once again, I was humbled by the expertise of my peers, challenged to personally go out and do better. And so a great big hats off to this year's entries. Good luck. I think it's important for B2B organizations to cultivate thought leadership because today's customers don't want to be sold. Period. Hard stop. They want to be smarter. They want to learn from their peers. They want to be prepared for what's coming next. And when our customers stumbled across truly great programs, and there were some amazing ones this year, they have that same reaction that we have when we find that program that was built for us, namely gratitude. Thank you. You get me. And the reward for effective thought leadership in the land of B2B marketing is simple. They never forget their friends.
I think it is original primary research to tell a story that's really architected around a specific customer journey that brings prospects to and through your funnel to build pipeline in a really authentic way. This year's B2B Elevation digital entrance absolutely pushed the boundaries of creativity and innovation. I was like, wow, how do I choose just one winner?
The Young B2B Marketers Award can help with a young person's career as it really helps to validate what they've been doing thus far in their young experience. I think particularly in this industry that can be overcrowded, it is another validation, especially coming from B2B marketing, where that is one of the awards that is really recognized in our industry as that validation of having achieved success so far. As far as marketing campaigns are concerned, I think there's still this stigma in B2B marketing that the creativity is lacking behind the commercial sector. And I think when a particular campaign really has strong success and gets that following and or recognition, it's very important because there are a lot of creative campaigns that are out there. There are a lot of creative people within the industry, and I don't think they get the recognition or the validation that they deserve because it is overshadowed often by the commercial sector.
I was impressed by the quality of the strategic thinking that went into so many of the entries. They demonstrated a depth of knowledge of their or their client's business, the challenge that needed to be addressed, and the strategies and tactics that were available to them to most effectively tackle the problem. In many cases, I could see that the companies didn't necessarily have an optimal situation. Data was lacking, budget was limited, the tech stack maybe was suboptimal. Quite frankly, that's not unusual. It's the environment in which most of us are working. But what good marketers do is that they use what they have in the smartest and most effective way. And that's what I saw time and time again in these entries. To me, this is one of the hallmarks of a great marketer, the ability to work within the construct of what you have available to you and achieving the desired outcome. A winning entry in Best Use of Creative is work that is soundly on strategy. You can have beautiful design, innovative concepts, exceptional execution, but if the creative isn't on strategy, it cannot achieve its goals. It must also use the medium to its fullest. Great creative becomes inextricably linked with the medium, whether print, digital, direct mail, whatever. And finally, a winning entry must go beyond all of these things and reflect a sense of creativity, innovation, and a deep-rooted understanding of the audience so it grabs the individual's attention and doesn't let go.